Hello, Tool Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, I did a thing. I'm revamping some tools, and I have some ratcheting wrenches, not a ton of them. Sold off a lot of them back in the day, snap-ons and stuff like that. But I was like, hey, I kind of need to grab some more, so I grabbed this set. I had seen some reviews on them. Uh, you know, don't know how well they are, but the price was right. And so I decided to grab them, and we'll kind of go through them. They are a 12-piece ratcheting set. There's no skips. I did get the metric and the SAE, or the Imperial, as some people know it. So in there, I do have a ratcheting head, but I wanted to kind of show them here. I like the way they look. I like the material they're made out of. One of the part numbers for the metric is SM2012. For the SAE or Imperial, it's SM2112. You can buy them in a set or buy them separately. I got these on Amazon. I purchased them. They didn't send them to me. They do offer other products. So if they want to send other products, or if they want to send some products to me to review, and this is just kind of a box opening and kind of a first impression, to be real honest with you. They do have 72 gear teeth, so we're going to check those. It's made out of chrome vanadium steel, so that's a good steel. It's not the best, but it's pretty damn hard. I've got tons of chrome vanadiums, regular wrenches, and it does have the ratchet head, and it does go 180. That's the thing I liked about them. They come in these little holders, so you can rip this lid off and chop it off, and then put these in your toolbox. They're kind of a soft, pliable plastic, like a rubbery kind of feel. So what I'll do is I'll chop these off or rip these doors off and then just lay these in the tool drawer. And they do have a little thing on the back where you can hang them on the wall if you want to. So they've got these little tabs if you want to hang them on the wall. But I'll just lay them flat in one of my rollaways, or in my rollaway. But let's check them out. I thought they kind of looked cool. I love the color of them. It's kind of like a nickel finish. We'll just get one of the small ones so you can see it well. I'll hold it up to the camera really good. They are in these pretty tight, so they don't just fall out. But it says the SUZUME, it's laser etched on there. I don't know how well it's going to show. And it does have the 3/8, and that's embedded in there. So, but the material looks good. They're actually very nice, chrome vanadium. It's like I said, it's kind of a nickel finish, but then your ratchet is in gold, if you can see that. Check the backlash. Not bad, but this wrench isn't heavy either. See, I can sit here and hold it. Not bad. It's not the finest adjustment. Again, it is only 72 teeth. It's saying you can go like 5 degrees and then you'll catch another tooth. That's really not bad. I like how it's not floppy. So your ratchet, or excuse me, your angle, your ratcheting head, how it's bendable and movable. So it is a true, it is a true 180. So that's good. And, if you need to get in tight space, you can bend it, at this angle, fish it down in there, turn it, and it should stay in that position. And if these do get floppy, there's a little Torx bit right there where hopefully you could tighten that up, or you could take it apart, clean it, oil it. If you want to sit there and be that anal about your tools. They're a tool to me. I'm going to beat the shit out of them because that's what they're for. The inside, trying to see where they poured it, if it looks good, if there's pits. There's no pits in there. I'm not sure where these are made. They might be made in China. We'll look to see if it says. The warranty that I heard about is they'll replace it if you break something, but it's not like you can just run down to a store. I looked at the icons, I looked at some other ones, and they skip a lot. So they'll have like this one, and then they skip 2, and they have another one. So they're smaller sets, and it's always that one size that I need that they don't have in the set. This one, there's no skips. So like on your metrics, it goes from an 8, a 9, a 10, 11, a 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. On your SAE, you go from a quarter, 3/16, 5/16, 11/32, 7/8, 7/16, a half, 9/16, 5/8, 11/16, 3/4, and a 7/8. So that's awesome. No skips, that's always a good thing, but I really love the color. It's hard to see, but like I said, it's kind of a nickelish color. It's not like a hard chrome, and I like it. It should be easy for cleanup. You know, I mean, this is only a 3/8, you know, my hands are big, but you know, you're not going to get you don't need a lot of leverage with a 3/8. And again, these are for tight spaces. You know, if you need to use a ratchet or a freaking breaker bar on a 3/8, you know, I mean, let's see, look inside. I see some little plating marks. I don't think that's a big deal though. But you know, it's the 12 point in here. And of course you've got your standard out here, but you know, and they fit in these little holders actually pretty nice. I mean, they're definitely in there. Let's check one of the big ones for the backlash. I bet you this thing's this is a 7/8. See if there's marks on it. There's a little bit of tooling mark right there, brand new out of the package, just a small little ding. I mean, again, they're tools, they're gonna get dinged up. I don't care about that. Coating looks really nice. Super shiny, but it is like a nickel. Little mark right there. Little mark right there. I mean, but hell, I would buy Snap-on and have marks. You can see a little tiny dimple in the tooth, or in the flat right there. See a little. No, actually that's oil. I just wiped it out. Yeah. There's actually oil in there. Hell, that probably was in that other one that I was playing with, that 3/8. I bet you there's oil in there too. This one, you know, really nice. 180 too, or 180 as well. And of course you got the Torx. You can take it apart, clean it. I'm assuming you can. I haven't tried. I don't know why they would put a Torx in there if you can't remove it. Let's check the back. Whoa, yeah. This is a heavy boy. Yep, not holding it. I mean, it's going to drop. Backlash. Not bad. Yep. I mean, even on your big 7/8s, it feels pretty decent. I mean, 72 teeth for this price is not bad at all. You know, like I said, I was looking at the Icons, you know, some of the other brands, and they didn't offer, for one, they didn't have the 180 heads. They were just solid. And, you know, when you get a flat wrench, you know, in a flat area or an angled area, sometimes that doesn't work. So I do like to be able to bend these. I think I've got some Protos also that I have of these, maybe. I think they're Proto. I don't know if they're Mac, maybe, but they were like freaking expensive as hell. So both of these sets were like 90 bucks. So if they last, great. If they don't, great. Maybe they'll warranty them. If not, no hair out off my butt, to be honest with you. I do like the color a lot, and I like the gold in here. It's cool. Now, could this gold peel and flake off over time? You know, this coating very well could. I don't know how well it's plated. This could be strictly for aesthetics, to look cool, so people buy it. You know, I don't know that. But chrome vanadium is usually very, very strong. Again, it is not the strongest, but that's what they usually put on most wrenches, is the vanadium. Or that's what I have on all my professional wrenches. Other professional wrenches. I don't know what these rate to be very honest with you so far. But they look very interesting. I love the look of them. You know, that's kind of what caught my eye. And I believe that's SUZUME, S-U-Z-U-M-E, if I'm saying it incorrect. You know, please let me know. Don't know, there doesn't stay stamped on here where they're made. You know, and if you want to go in and put color, some people like coloring their wrenches. They'll put a little bit of paint in here, let it dry, and then wipe it straight across, and it leaves it in the 7/8. And the name, if you want to do that, you can use crayon as well. People used to do that back in the day. just so it kind of boldly stands out, but I don't have a problem seeing that. Let's see how it looks on the, let's put it in here. Yeah, okay. Put it in here. But that little holder is actually pretty nice. Let's see if I can see it on this little one with my vision. I'll take my glasses off. Yeah, I can still see it says 1/4 inch. That one's really nice. It's a little stiff, just a little stiff, but I like that. I don't want them floppy. I hate floppy ones. They just, bang, 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 bang. Now, and could they get that way? I don't know over time. If you beat the crap out of them, they might get really loose, but hopefully you could just go in there and retorque them. I mean, that little guy, and that thing feels really nice. But yeah, for the price, I mean, like I said, it's pretty hard to beat that price. And they do come with these little holders. Sometimes you have to buy these holders additionally. So that's cool that they come with it. Let me see if it says where these things are made. I don't see it anywhere on here. I'm sure it's probably Taiwan or China. See if it says it in here. No, I don't see it anywhere on there. So I really don't know where they're made, to be very honest with you. But, I'll be trying them out. We'll see what we say, or see what we think about them. And, we'll beat the crap out of them. And if they work, they work. If they don't, they can replace them, hopefully, or not. It wasn't a huge investment, and I can appreciate that. Again, in the past life, I've always used professional line tools, but I'm not a professional technician anymore. So, I'm actually an A&P, airframe and power plant, was a master technician in vehicles, but not anymore, and haven't been for quite a while. So we'll see how these work out. But let me know if y'all have any experience with SUZUME. They offer a lot of other products. So like I said, if that company wants to send in impact wrenches and stuff like that, I can check them out, and we can do some torquing and bang them up, see what we think about them. But I appreciate y'all so much for watching. If you like these tool reviews and you've checked out my channel in the past, you know what I've been about. Wanting to branch out, do some other things, bring some other content to people, because most gun people are mechanical people, or good old boys. That's what I consider myself. So I appreciate y'all so much. Remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, and we always got to carry tools. Carry on, everyone.